Thank you so much for staying with us. It's Breakfast Central and we are ready to roll. Taking a look at the front pages of the newspapers will be the first salvo. But before then, do not forget that you can react to the stories by sending in your messages via WhatsApp. You can take a look at the number there and make sure that you are part of the show. Besides that, you can also follow us on social media. That's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it. We are live. Let's begin with our first paper. This takes us to Uganda, if I'm right, the Daily Monitor.
Right
and that
now.
will be our first paper.
Yeah, and very, very true. Now, looking at the Daily Monitor this morning, they're looking at the health sector and the educational sector. COVID tests now valid for 14 days. That's what it says. Travelers' PCR test had 72-hour window earlier on, but I think there's an update on that now. There's more details from page 5 of the Daily Monitor. Now, looking at the educational sector in Uganda, you can see the pupils here with the teacher. It says more pupils can't read according to reports. Now, you can see the infographic here, 50.7% for the 7.5% and 65 to the ratio of 1. And that's the ratio of pupil to teacher, and it has increased from 52 to the ratio of 1 in 2018 to 65 pupils to 1 teacher in 2021. There's more details of that from the Daily Monitor this morning. Now on pages 6, 7, and 21, here is how to save fuel amid crisis. Now ahead of the weather forecast that has been given in Uganda, people are coming out to say, don't get excited yet. This is the weatherman coming out to tell farmers in Uganda. And the last story on page 3, shooting update, it says traffic police officer shot by soldiers pleaded for his life. A very sad one. You can see the man there. Oh, wow, that's on page 3 from the Daily Monitor in Uganda.
All right, leaving the Daily Monitor, let's go straight to the Daily Nation. And this time we'll take you to Kenya. The front page there of the Daily Nation says, OKA factor in Raila Ruto runoff. It's been a tipsy-turvy for these two, but when it comes to politics, these are the powerhouses. 50 Constitution stipulates that for anyone to be declared winner of a presidential contest, he or she must have garnered at least 50% plus 1 vote. That's the big story there you find on the front page of the Daily Nation. Aside that, how safe is your child? House help pleads guilty to sexually abusing child aged 4 and making video. Wow. You will find that story on page 10 of the Daily Nation. House help pleads guilty to sexually abusing child aged 4 and making a video out of it. Quite horrific, I must say. Very, very horrific.
Wow.
Well, union wants a 70% pay rise for teachers. Don't forget the union is looking at getting a higher percentage. The Kenyan Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers threatening to call a strike and disrupt national examinations if they do not get a pay rise. That you'll find that story right there inside of the Daily Nation. Meanwhile, page 51 has it. What a man can do, a woman can do better.
Really?
Rwandan referee makes history as the first woman to officiate at the center of the tournament. And what tournament? We're talking about the AFCON. Now, she was there to officiate the game between Zimbabwe and Guinea. She's 35 years old. And that's quite remarkable. Something
Impressive.
to look out for as well. I'll take one more from the front page. And this one has got to do with the story Kenya power staff to spend 8 more days in the cells. So that's what they will be going through. 8 more days. You can find your pictures at the top right corner there. It's loaded, I can tell you. The Daily Nation is loaded. So make sure you go grab yourself a copy and read through.
All right, let's come back to Nigeria now with a look at the Punch. Some pretty punchy headlines we have here. The Electoral Act Amendment is one big story on the front page of the Punch. Senate bows to Buhari, includes consensus for party primaries. That's on page 2 of the Punch this morning. Now you can see this picture here. These are some major stakeholders with the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and this was during a factory tour of high-speed train manufacturers. This is all for the acquisition of Metro Train for Lagos State. Now we know how the railway system has been underdeveloped in Lagos, but right now a lot is being put in place to ensure that that form of transportation will be at its best. There's more details from the Punch this morning. Now you can also see here, Joe, a domestic worker. It says Lagos domestic worker flees with 13.9 million naira cash.
How?
13.9 million naira cash jury 1 week after resumption.
How?
Did she get? Who keeps that amount of money at home? Or well, this is on pages 4 and 5 from the Punch this morning. Now, when it comes to politics, you need to head to page 13. That's the last story I have from the Punch. I'll declare my presidential bid after APC convention. That's from Bello himself.
All right. So away from the Punch, let's wrap it all up as we go straight to Newsday. Newsday is from Zimbabwe. We cannot bar Chamisa, Z-E-C. That's Zek. We cannot bar Chamisa. What's that all about? Well, you go ahead and get that picture right there in front of the papers and then add it to this particular story. A police officer confronts a man drinking beer publicly along Seke Road in Harare yesterday. Can you see the man drinking his beer, holding his beer tight? Well, there's a lot of stories attached to this, but I'll just leave it to you for you to go get the front page, the paper rather, and read to get more details. Well, looking at time, let's quickly take this one as well. Violence forces ZANU-PF to postpone primaries. ZANU-PF was yesterday, by the way, forced to postpone its primary elections from today after violence broke out in several provinces as aspiring candidates for the March 26 polls canvassed for votes. So they postponed that, and you get more details concerning that. And on the front page as well, there's this pretty lady. It says romantic comedy film on cards, page 14, for those who are interested in finding out what the latest in entertainment simply is. Or you can go out there and ensure that you grab hold of Newsday.